Hello and welcome to the Lookout. Welcome to another episode of the Lookout. Today I've got a good friend of mine who goes by the name of Christopher Sloan.
Good day to you.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad actually. We've just E3's finished. It went like that. It went like a flash.
Indeed, it did.
Lots
A
of
lot of
games,
exciting stuff.
lots of news.
Yeah.
Half-Life 3 and Last Guardian confirmed.
Ha, ha, ha. One day,
Ha.
maybe for our children, they'll get to play those
I think the
games.
world would melt if that.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, today we're here to talk about the Order 1886.
PlayStation exclusive.
There we go. PlayStation exclusive game made by Ready at Dawn, who are a kind of almost Sony-owned studio. They're not really, but they basically are. I think they've got like an exclusive thing. They have to make stuff for Sony, and they're their slaves, basically. They've done a few things. They worked on a lot of God of War previously, so they've made the PSP games for it, I think. I think I had a helping hand in some of the actual games. And Sony Santa Monica are helping out with this game. They're the people who actually make God of War and make all sorts of games. So they're helping out. Very interesting premise. Do you want to tell us a bit about it?
I would love to tell you a bit about it. So Order 1886 is pretty much about this group of people who are an order. It's set around 1886.
Interesting that.
That's sort of the that's sort of what it says on the tin. You are probably going to be better than me.
Sure, that's
to
right.
explain this because I haven't seen much about this game. I saw it was at E3. I saw a really cool looking demo, and I understand there's some kind of supernatural enemies and so some kind of strange mystical items.
Yes. Yeah, so the premise of it is, from what I understand, again, I'm not 100% clued up on it, but the idea is basically that there's been a long order since, I don't know, the 800s or whatever, a long, long time. This order of people have got together and dabbled in something to do with cross-breeding with animals or something along those lines, some sort of weird combinations of animals and humans coming together.
I got a weird kind of werewolf vibe from it. I don't know if that's what it's going to be or not.
I think from what they always showed, you've seen werewolf kind of people. They've specifically talked about animals and humans, so half-breed animal humans. So whether that means other things will come in as well. Maybe we might get some pigmen.
Fish people. I want fish people.
Fish people would be pretty good.
Set in London, isn't it? So we could have some Thames.
Yeah. It's all set in an alternate history. So it's very Victorian looking, kind of steampunkish. And yeah, it's got this really cool design, very dark and dreary, but also your characters are considered knights, so the knights of this order. So they're all linked to like Arthur and Sir Galahad and stuff like that. And they have a very weird liquid, which is some sort of special black liquid which they can drink, and it heals them very quickly if they're ever injured, but it also makes them live and stay youthful for a long, long time. So it slows down their aging. So I think that the actual characters that you're playing as are actually I think they're a couple of 100 years old from what I understand. But they're this order that are put together in order to fight these half-breed people who have scared all of humanity. So your job is to fight them and protect humanity from them.
Well, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
From what we saw at E3, it was actually one of the most, in my opinion, it was one of the most impressive little demos that we saw, purely like graphically. And
yeah,
I mean, the gameplay we saw, and I know this has been a bit of a criticism of it so far, is that we've only seen very select bits of it that could have been polished anyway. The bits we saw looked like a cutscene from any other game, and like it looked absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry, go.
Yeah, the graphics look absolutely top notch in this. As you say, the actual gameplay looks like a cutscene from another game. The lighting is unbelievable in this game. That's something that really nails, because it's something that games always struggle with, and it's the thing, it's the difference. If you get really good lighting, that's kind of what tips it over the board of kind of going from, oh, this is a game, or this could be real, possibly what I'm watching. I'm not sure if this is actually like a video or not.
Yeah, so that all looked great and everything. Hopefully the story is going to be particularly interesting as well, because I think that's what it's going to rely on. It doesn't look like there's going to be much in the way of sort of leaning on multiplayer and things like that.
I'm pretty sure they said there isn't any multiplayer.
There's no multiplayer.
Cool. No.
I'm fine with that. It works for other games like Wolfenstein and stuff like that. So that's cool. And we've got a date for this one, haven't we? But it's been put back already once, I think, hasn't it? So it could.
It was meant to be. Now.
It was supposed to be this year, wasn't it? It was.
Well, yeah. I think it was meant to be kind of like people were hoping it was going to be a launch game with the PS4. Then it never really got mentioned a date. And then eventually they were like, when is this game going to come out? And then they said, yeah, look, it's coming out October 2014. And then a month or two ago, they were like, actually, no, we're going to delay it because it needs a bit more work. The whole thing was that several kind of media, things like IGN and Polygon and people like that, went and saw the game. And it looked very impressive, but it ran really poorly. So the frame rate was all over the place, and there was lots of glitches and stuff. So there was obviously a lot of polish that still needed to go into the game. They've got the basis there. They just need to keep polishing it up. So that's why you've probably seen this delay until February 20th. I think it's the new release date. I'm pretty sure it's going to hit that as well. So yeah, 2015.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be interesting. That'll be a good game.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this game. You're excited about this game. We're both.
Gameplay is pretty much third-person shooter, kind of over-the-shoulder type stuff. Doesn't look as though it's innovating a huge deal on that side, but as we've always known, the Sony exclusives have generally always been about their story, kind of. So I wouldn't see it differing too much from that formula that they've been successful with.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, look forward to it. It does look very good, and it's going to be exciting, I'm sure. Fingers crossed they just get that polishing all done and done right.
Awesome. So we will definitely be reviewing the Order 1886 here at thestarsound.com. Have a look at some of our other reviews for other games. We've got a few coming up in the next couple of weeks as well, some of the more recent releases. Follow us on Twitter at thestarsounduk, facebook.com/thestarsounduk, and that's our stuff. That's where we are. That's where you'll find us.
That's the lot. Well, thank you for watching this episode of The Lookout. Be sure to keep an eye out for another one. I'm sure we'll have a couple coming up soon. And I hope you have a lovely day. Cheers.
Bye.